Aloha guys, remember when I showed you the Bionic lure? When you put a leader on it, a hook. So what happens is you put your line through the grommet in the tail, and you have your hook. I wouldn't go to the eyes because the eyes will pop out. So what you have, this is what it should look like. And when you yank on your rod, you look, right? So it's going to cause this to look like a wounded fish. So a lot of people ask, okay, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I know what they're getting at, so let me show you why. It's all about the fishing line, not what you use for your leader. You can use anything you want for your leader. It's your fishing line for your main reel. You should be using braid for your main line, not mono. Braid or even fluorocarbon, you need a line that doesn't stretch. Now, the reason why is because when you're pulling at it like this, if the line is stretching, you're not going to get that nice whiplashing effect, right? You want the line to be stiffer, which would be braid. Braid would be my first choice, but you can use fluorocarbon as well. Now, with that said, you still can use mono, but you're going to have to go long jerks. Whereas if you go with a stiff line that doesn't stretch like braid here, just twitch it. So you can actually impair a lot of that reaction to the Bionic lure and entice that bite. Now, what would you use for freshwater? Freshwater, I would use a 7'1". It would be rated for medium heavy. 7'1" medium heavy, preferably one piece. Now, I say one piece because you cannot really beat one piece rod. And 7'1", if you use a medium will work good. But if you're gonna go underbrush, if you're gonna be going along and trying to get under piers, next to pier, rocks, pylons, under overhangs, the 7'1" medium heavy is good because you want to pull that fish as soon as it strikes. You don't want to hit into the branches or hit into the rocks and get tangled, right? You want to get them out of there immediately. So I would go with the 7'1" medium heavy. Now you can go with the medium, but I prefer the medium heavy. Now, if you're out in the open and just kind of gradually going along here and there, I would go with a 7'6" medium. But if you're trying to get a fish out of a tight quarter, the 7'1" medium heavy is unbeatable. Now, I'm using it for saltwater usage, mostly estuary areas, but open ocean as well. So I want distance. I want to get as far out as I can. Now, I tried the 10 footers, like 10.6, the medium, but the medium rating is just a little bit too windy. You would have to bump it up to like a medium heavy. But if you use two lengths that are like 9'6", 9'9", this here is a 9'9". This is a Guy Select Pro. This is one of my favorite salmon steelhead trout rods, SST type of rods. And I'm using a, this is one of my recent acquisitions. This is Inspira ISX. This is the new 4000 that just came out. This is a nice combination. You notice braid. I got braid on this one. So what you want to do is that this will give you distance because the braid is a thinner line compared to mono. So you're going to get more distance because with the braid, less air resistance, right? So when you're hooked up, this is a medium rating. So when you're hooked up, perfect. The fish is out in the open. This has been my setup and this is what I love. So I've tried several type of rigs, but roughly 9'6", two-piece rod will work. 9'9", which is this one, two-piece rod, but always the medium is the best for the type of Bionic lure I just showed you. And I use 1/2 inch lead weight on the leader for average use, but if I want to bomb, I go 3/4. You could go a 1 ounce depending on the depth of the water, but with the 3/4, I can hit 3 to 4 feet of water. And with the constant pull, I can stay within the top foot to 1.5 feet. Now, what I just gave you guys is a quick guide to go on. I mean, depending on the type of species you're going for, the type of terrain is going to differ. But I've been getting these questions asked a lot since I made my presentation on the Bionic lure. So just remember, you want the best type of reaction. Impart it when you are jigging that rod. Use a line that's not going to stretch as much, which is the reason why I use Braid. Fluorocarbon is okay, but it's very expensive, right? So I stick to the Braid. Thank you.